There are mysterious things about us that make us unique. Now, one of the ways that I want to illustrate unknown influences, and please understand, there are a zillion ways to talk about this. And so, as I illustrate it in one very tight, small, finite way, I don't want to reduce your thinking to such a limited way by one illustration. Please understand there are mysterious things that we do not understand about ourselves. But I just want to use one illustration because I know those of you who have more than one child, you understand how your children, we have three, how your children are all different. Unknown influences. You did not make them this way. Rick and Lucia did not make our children this way, but there are unknown things that make them into the unique people that they are. And I don't know what those things are. I just do not know. For example, our oldest child has a mind like mine. I call it a labyrinthical mind. You can think of it kind of like a maze. When the thought drops like a ball in her brain, it just rolls right to left, up and down, zig to zag, and eventually it will come out into words. She is a processor. It is both a blessing and a curse, and we laugh about it often. But the truth is that she has a labyrinthical mind. She can be a complicated soul like me, and it is a huge gift. I do recognize it, but also when you lay your head on the pillow at night, sleep can be a long way off because she, like me, we have labyrinthical minds. And then our son, as far as his mind is concerned, is intuitive. Now, I am not saying that my daughter is not intuitive. She absolutely is, but when the ball drops in my son's brain, it comes out rather quickly, and he has a lot of intuition, and it's quite obvious, and he's different. He's not labyrinthical. In fact, you could say that a lot of things fall on him like water on a duck's back, that he doesn't overprocess things would be a good way of describing him as well. And then our youngest daughter is quick-minded. She's quick draw McGraw, for those of you who can go back about 50 years and remember that illustration, that she has a super fast trigger, which can also be good and bad. All of these can be good and bad, but she is very fast on the draw. She has a very quick mind. God has gifted her in a wonderful way. Now, all three of our children are gifted, but they are gifted uniquely, and I don't know why they are this way. I mean, there's no way that I can explain this to you. These are just unknown influences. Now, because of that, a parenting tip here, discerning your children, and knowing how they are different, then you want to continue to shape them in the direction that God has made them. And so we would not try to rear our son or encourage him to go in a way that he's just not wired. And so as we look at our children now in older age, we see how they are really taking advantage of these unknown influences that you see on the screen, and we try to encourage them in their uniqueness. Now, again, this is a small illustration that talks about the mysteriousness of all of us. But please understand, there are a zillion different things. There's a zillion different ways that you can illustrate this, but this is just one. And so there are many unknown influences.